Ladies and gentlemen of the Future Fandation Nation, hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, the big day. We finally got it. We finally got the
Day we
thing.
all been waiting for.
Yeah, we got the thing we've been wanting. Hello, I'm one of your co-hosts, Fernie or Fernando, whatever makes you feel good on the inside. With me, as always, Gabe. Hello, Gabe.
What's up? How you guys doing?
Man, how are you feeling today, Gabe? How you
Rough.
feel? You feel a little rough?
You could tell I didn't get a lot of sleep.
Oh man, I didn't get a lot of sleep
Uh,
either.
Rough times. Rough times.
All right, we'll hop into that. We'll hop into why it's rough times. I mean, Wandavision, the season finale had just aired last night. It was a big thing. Everyone was exciting. It's been a fun 8 weeks. That's one thing for sure. You say what you want
Absolutely.
about the finale. It has been a fun, exciting 8 weeks. I mean, realistically, bro, WandaVision is the reason why Future Foundation kind of existed. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of
Yeah.
was the start of the show. So, with WandaVision, how it, how be it as you may, it kind of did influence the show. So, to that point, I will always be like a little thankful to WandaVision and always have that close to my heart. But today we're going to be deep diving into the finale episode, and was it, as the director said, Matt Shackman, was it disappointing? So let's start off with that before we deep dive into it, like our base rating. So let's go number rating, and then we're going to say, did we find it disappointing? I'll go first. I gave it a 7 out of 10. And I don't think the whole thing was disappointing. I thought a lot of the things were really cool. There was just a lot of big disappointing aspects of it for me. What about you, Gabe?
I think 7 is probably the perfect rating for this show. It got me invested, which is what any show needs to strive to do anyway. It needs to get you invested. And it did that. It got me invested into Marvel Phase 4. But I do think the points dropped severely, and some of the things it seemed to want to set up in its own story that it didn't answer in its own story, and it just decided to leave loose ends, or if they were loose ends, they're being now corrected by people involved with the show saying, oh, the answer was just, it wasn't much, So it's just, I think it loses a few points because of that. But other than that, I'm kind of like in the same boat that I was at the beginning of WandaVision, where I was not super anticipating anything, and we'll see with Falcon the Winter Soldier, see if it can bring that back, or maybe Loki will kind of dive in further into stuff, and we'll see.
Yeah. So, and then our boy Cold P asked in the chat, 7 out of 10 for the series or for the finale. I think both. I think that's fair. Yeah,
both.
I think it's a fair thing to say both. Because realistically, episode 1 and 2 were awesome. They were like fun period pieces. They were really cool from a filmmaking standpoint. They were real dynamic and awesome. But I mean, we have to look past what how it was perceived by everyone else. The regular person didn't really like the first 3 episodes. They thought the show was boring. They thought it was going anywhere. The show kind of built up as it went along. So it's like, what I'm trying to say is, the show wasn't like Mando season 2, where like every episode was like, oh shit. Although it was to a point. It did have a slow start a little bit, and the ending wasn't like a knockout. The ending was just like a good love tap. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it finished Wanda. It was a very nice self-included story about Wanda and Vision, and it told that story to the end, and it does tease into a next story. But as Gabe had pointed out, it opened a lot of doors that were left wide open, that make it seem like they're never going to be closed, and it's very unsatisfying, at least to me. What about you, Gabe?
Yeah, and it's like, even now hearing like with some of these things, the director's just coming out and being like, oh, that was a good idea, but I'm not that creative. And like, admitting that, it's like, it's nice to admit that you're admitting that the fans have great creativity, but it also says something when the directors of the show were like, oh, I didn't even think of that. And it's like, what do you mean? Yeah. It's part of the comic. Like, it's there's one thing taking, and it seemed like they were taking a lot of elements from the comics and going to incorporate it in their own way, for them just to be like, oh, those were just Easter eggs. They weren't anything more than that. And it's like, why would you it was a lot of the cinematography I want to blame, and the emphasis on certain things that made us think that these were important things to look out for, to just lead to nothing.
Okay, so let's go down that list of what were big teases that were kind of just nothing. A big old nothing burger, right? A big old pile of disappointment. First one I want to start off with is the Astrospace Engineer.
Absolutely
nothing. Literally nothing,
offender.
Dude. It was literally nothing. Like, yeah, an argument could be made that maybe one day they're gonna fix that, you know? Like, maybe in Captain Marvel 2, they'll be all like, oh, hey, I'm the Astrospace Engineer. Sorry I didn't show up, and I sent my chick Gunner. You know what I mean? Like, and then, yeah, that will be all like, oh, okay, that makes a little sense, but it still doesn't fix that feeling of nothing and that was made from this. You know what I mean?
And it would feel just like them being like, oh, that was something that they ended up looking for, so we'll go back and just include it in a future movie to be like, oh, that was who it was after all this time. But it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like now they're like, oh, well, that was a plot point that we didn't expect to take off, and now it took a life on its own, so now we have to include it somewhere else.
And then it's like, and then people even said like, oh, maybe Gunner's the Skrull, right? It's the Skrull girl. It's gonna be cool. That's the reveal, right? Like, it's gonna be a reveal. We got the Skrull girl. It just wasn't the Skrull girl we know, and it wasn't Gunner. It was a completely different scene, different character. You know what I mean? It's like, like that whole Astrospace Engineer arc was nothing, and like, yeah. It doesn't have to always be paid off, right? Especially in film or whatever, it doesn't always have to be. But if we're talking about film, if it's heavily implied with shots, with lines, with the direction of where the scene's going, that this is gonna happen, and then it's not a payoff, is disappointing. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be all like, oh, I have an Astroneer friend that got this, and then fucking focus on the phone.
On her face,
yeah, pan on her face, focus on her phone. Oh, he's gonna meet me, and what like this is like
right.
It's like, man, and then, you know, you get there, and it's just it was nothing. It was disappointing. You know, all of us we were, you know, yeah, fault to, I guess. A big argument is that, like, the theories and the rumors made the reveal worse, but I don't think that one in particular was the theories and the rumors that made it worse. I think the thing that made it worse was the fact that it wasn't a satisfying reveal, first of all, and then, as you keep bringing up, the actress hyped that shit up, dude.
When there was nothing there.
Yeah, she was like, she literally said,
she's like, I can't wait to see what your guys' reactions when you see who the aerospace engineers. It's like, oh, so it is something. Like, we picked up on it. It was something that was going to be revealed.
At least, right? Like, it's some sort of reveal. Like, but it wasn't.
It didn't have to be Reed Richards. It didn't have to be Blue Marvel. It didn't have to be anything that we were theorizing on.
It literally could have been Hank Pym's fucking partner that played Giant Man in you know, like, homie from Ant-Man 1. Right. It could have been him, and I would have been like, oh, that's fucking cool. You know what I mean?
It would have been enough to just be like, oh, okay, well, that answers that. Who the friend? But, like, the fact that it was so specific as to a friend, if it was going to be no one, she could have just been like, oh, let me contact some of the engineers at Sword. And see if they can work on something for me so we can get in. But no, it was like, I know a guy. And then she kept saying, oh, I'm going to meet my guy. I'm going to meet my contact.
Yeah, and
over the hill. It's like, okay, so this is someone important, clearly.
I watched all of WandaVision Season 1 before the finale. And I really paid attention to that scene, you know what I mean? I really wanted to focus on it and see if it was the reveal and we messed up, you know, like what. And one thing that was pointed out that was very kind of weird was when she was talking to her, she said, hey, my mom would appreciate that you're still doing this for us. And then Gunnar says, hey, well, you're, she says, hey, Hayward isn't the only one we're still loyal to or something, right? Like, it's like, it is a weird line, for sure, but I mean, it was nothing. It was nothing.
Which leads me to assume that it's just like scrolls. It's just in general just scrolls that were like a division of Sword that
No, but look, see, I don't
were
think
loyal to Monica and her mom, so they helped
I
her.
don't
But like
I don't think
they
it was
don't-
a scroll though, because
they don't really go to explain anything, and
'Cause-
like even the director said like it's just no one.
Because originally,
So-
you know, people thought Gundner was the scroll, right? Which now we know that ain't the case. What's up, Mark? Now we know that Gundner isn't the thing, right? And it seemed when the FBI agent, like, it seemed like when the FBI agent revealed herself with the scroll, Monica was like kind of surprised. Like she hasn't seen the scroll in a long
She doesn't know who
time.
the scrolls are. Like,
She probably knows somewhat what the scrolls are as a child, you know, with her mom
Yeah.
and Captain Marvel, but she probably doesn't know a lot. She was obviously on the ground. She was grounded on Sword for most of the time. She'd never been in space. What it seemed like, it was that moment where she was like, "Oh, it's time for you to go up," you know, like where it's gonna be like her first time. So like, the idea of Gundner being a scroll too was like never really like a big thing for me. I was like,
it just it's like it almost inconsistent with itself, where it's like she knows who the scrolls are because she saw them as a kid,
yeah.
and she sees a scroll and she's like, "There's aliens!" Like she
Whoa.
looks so confused. I don't understand what they were going with that.
Man.
Why wasn't that just part of the runtime? Why did that have to be
I agree, 100%.
cutscene?
Did not have to be a mid-credit scene. It could have just been at the end. It could have been like at the end of the show before, you know, like before they had cut away, like easily.
And I'll even argue, because I see a lot of people arguing online that like, well, people are dumb for thinking there's gonna be a Doctor Strange or like Mephisto or anything. It's like, well, those would have made more sense moving forward than. And they're like, well, this was a story about Wanda. It's like, yeah, I agree. Those would have tied in more with Wanda than they would have with Monica Rambeau getting a tie-in to Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah,
That was totally separate from Wanda's story.
for sure, 100%.
And it seems like they don't want to acknowledge that they did set up a future project, but it had nothing to do with Wanda.
It was Captain
and at least
Marvel.
Mephisto or Doctor Strange would have helped set up Wanda's story moving forward.
And Doctor Strange's story, which is almost one of the next ones, you know, like
Right.
Doctor Strange 2. Isn't that closer? Isn't that closer than the Captain Marvel 2?
That is closer.
Like,
and it's,
yeah, dude. And then, yeah, Doctor Strange was just name dropped. He was just, "You're stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme," you know. Which, you know, if you want to get into that, that makes people think that maybe Wanda might be the villain of Doctor Strange 2, right? Or maybe she's using the Darkhold to do some creepy ass magic to summon something accidentally she didn't mean. Maybe Wanda's the one that fucks up the multiverse with the Darkhold. But it's like, man, dude, and what I don't understand either is like, Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch was on the press tour for WandaVision show before the show went out live. He was on the press tour.
what if like it comes out, like it gets leaked that there was Doctor Strange stuff and they cut it?
And they cut it? Oh, bro, people would be pissed. People would be pissed.
I'd be upset.
Yeah,
I'd be
people would be so fucking pissed, bro.
We took time to set up Captain Marvel 2 and not set up his own movie that's coming up that's supposed to.
But it wouldn't make
directly link
sense.
into this.
I wouldn't believe that they had footage and they cut it. Like they.
I don't believe that either.
Yeah.
But it does seem weird to me that Doctor Strange would go. Like Benedict Cumberbatch himself would go on a press tour for
A show he's not involved with, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it also fucks with canon. If you think about it, Doctor Strange literally is the protector of reality. He senses magic and everything and disturbances that happen all over the fucking planet. Like nothing. He's the Sorcerer Supreme, brother. You know what I mean?
Right.
How did he not sense a giant magic battle taking over a whole part in New Jersey?
Literally would have been enough to be like, hey, there's
Dude,
possibly my missing books magic happening in New Jersey.
Hey,
down the street.
yeah, there's down the street. There's a giant hex with giant magic runes all over it right now, and there's explosions. But you know, nah, it's cool. What was the point of Jimmy Woo calling the FBI besides just arresting Hayward? I thought when Jimmy Woo was like, I'm gonna call someone, FBI, like, can you be here within an hour? I thought that was gonna be Doctor Strange, if I'm being honest.
And this is also a concern I had when the runtime was starting to become leaked that it was only 50 minutes. I'm like, that's not enough time.
Not enough time.
With how many characters are in the show that, like, and it felt rushed. It did. It felt rushed. Like, Darcy shows up just to crash into Hayward, and then she disappears. We never see her again. We didn't wrap up Darcy or what she's doing, or, like, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Why was she at least there to, like, you know, settle things with Monica and Jimmy Woo before she dips out and be like, debriefing's not really my thing, and then
yeah,
you know. It's just, it is frustrating with how they didn't really seem to close the door, and they rushed the ending because they dragged too much, I think, towards the last couple episodes.
Wow. Wanda let everybody go. Vision and the kids die. She gets all moody and depressed, and she puts her hood on, walks through the town, and everybody just stops and stares at her?
Mm-hmm.
Would no one be like, hey, bitch, what the fuck?
Like, where are you going?
No, or just like, hey, you hypnotized me for like 2 weeks. What the, you know, like, what the hell? Like, was no one mad? Was no one upset? Everyone was just like,
she even admits, she's like, no one's gonna view me any different, and it's like, right? And you kind of have some things to answer for because you kind of take a lot of people
hostage
against their will. Yeah.
Very much hostage, dude.
Which she should answer for, but
yeah.
Well, who's she gonna answer to? I'm like, I don't know. Even Doctor Strange probably should be like,
yeah,
you can't just abuse your magic like
exactly,
this.
Bro. So it's like,
and that's part of what I'm like. I even think that in some ways it kind of failed Wanda as a character because she doesn't learn. In my opinion, like, we see her learn through things up until episode 8, and then it seems like episode 9 kind of just undoes it.
Look, here's the thing. WandaVision for sure made Wanda learn grief and dealing with what's happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't help her deal with consequences, dude.
No, she didn't deal with any of the consequences.
Lago. She fucking blew up a building, killing a bunch of people by accident. Yeah, everything made the Sokovia Accords, made Civil War. That was the whole arc of that, but whatever. Realistically, nothing really happened to her, right? Was she arrested at the end of Civil War? Or was she not? Was she a part of the group that was free?
She got arrested because she left. Because she sided with Captain America, so she left with Hawkeye.
But they escaped.
At the end.
Yeah.
America,
so
comes and gets them out.
No consequences, right? Yeah, mind you, and there's no point for anything really in Infinity War and Endgame, but then boom, she fucking Hayward's a dick. For sure. What Hayward was going to do was fucking awful. The way he was going to approach the situation was awful. But he was kind of right in some forms. She was kind of a terrorist. She was a threat. Yeah, she was a threat, dude. She was committing acts of terrorism to people that didn't ask for it. People were in pain. People were, and nothing. Yeah, like, no one could stop them, but why couldn't, like, Doctor Strange be like, hey, bitch, what the fuck? Like, you can't do that shit. Like,
and then she said she's gonna go learn, but then she knows who Doctor Strange is, so why didn't she go to him? She just decides to go off on her own. Yeah,
but I mean, I guess the whole going on her own thing is that she wants to be secluded. Also, she's secluded by herself. What's stopping her from making a mini hex over that house?
Right.
What's stopping her from making a little mini hex over that house that where Vision and the kids could just live forever?
Yep.
What's stopping her from doing that?
See, that's the problem when it gets into magic, and it's like, because with magic you can do a lot of things and make it make sense because it's magic. But like, so she took the Darkhold book, and she's reading it for what purpose?
I guess.
They don't.
I think she's trying to just to prove Agatha wrong, that that she doesn't know anything, and that she like is, you know, she's not educated and everything. Maybe she's just trying to get like stronger and know what she can do with her magic. Yeah, because she was definitely doing the whole like Doctor Strange astral plane studying, like how he did. Yeah, look, this is either how it's gonna go down for Doctor Strange 2, right? I think Wanda won't even be involved with Spider-Man 3. Won't even be involved. Nope. Maybe an after credit scene. Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe the end credit scene for Spider-Man 3 will be Wanda in the mountains with the book. She's gonna fuck something up with the multiverse, and then Doctor Strange will be like, "Hey, bitch, what the fuck you doing? I need that book back. I need you to not do that." And then, I love the idea. Side note: I just love the idea of of Doctor Strange in every situation going, "Hey, bitch, what the fuck?
What the,
hey, bitch, hey, what do I gotta do?" Yeah, because that's probably what it's gonna be. Like she's probably gonna fuck up the multiverse somehow, with the Darkhold, or she's gonna accidentally summon Nightmare or Dormammu, or she's gonna like open the gate for. People have been saying, what's his name? The writer of the Darkhold, Kathan. Is it Kathan? Yeah. People saying maybe Kathan can now come into play because it's confirmed now it's the Darkhold. Kathan is the writer of the Darkhold. In the original comics, Kathan gave the Scarlet Witch her powers when he touched her, cursing her to become the Scarlet Witch. So it's like, it's possible they want to go the Kathan route. Because, hey, Kathan is safer than Mephisto, if I'm being honest, especially when it comes to Asian markets. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be easier to market than the devil.
Yeah, he's just kind of like a...
He's just a dude, and he's just a bad guy. Entity, yeah, he's a demonic entity, but he ain't the devil.
He like a specter type thing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like... bro.
I don't mind Kathan, but... With the kids, it's like they would essentially be rewriting, which they're not. It's not like they're not known to do that, where they rewrite stuff and give it to other people, like Iron Man being the one that creates Vision instead of Hank Pym. So it's like, sure, you can make these adjustments here and there and change who's behind certain things, but if I'm being honest, I think more people were excited for Mephisto. And the way they were hinting at it, teasing at it, the whole entire, it seemed, length of the show, for it to just be like nothing. And then, Senor Scratchy.
Another nothing burger.
Another nothing burger. It was
another
just a
nothing
rabbit.
Burger. Just a rabbit, brother.
It could be more, but I don't see how they could go back and revisit that because
it's nothing.
It's
nothing. It's nothing.
She's literally just trapped in her own mind now, and the bunny.
That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool, though.
Focusing on
that is kind of cool.
Bunny and stuff, and then just for it to be nothing. But
I mean, the bunny was kind of a stretch. I feel like I think the bunny was just one of those Easter eggs where like the name is based off her son in the comics. Like I don't. Yeah, I think so. I think the bunny was more of just an Easter egg to Agatha's pet in the comics, where Agatha had a cat that could turn into a fucking whole-on tiger or lion or whatever, like transform. Yeah. And people thought maybe it was like that was the Easter egg, that it was her pet, and it was in the reality it was a rabbit and then the cat, because it would have gave away that it's Agatha if it was a cat. Like the scene where the rabbit like eats the bug or whatever, or the bird, like it's just like the shit like that. But yeah, no, like another nothing burger, dude. Like there's a lot, like, you know. Okay, well, let's see what Mark said before I dive into my thing. It's kind of funny to think about the writers of the show sitting there reading the fan theories and being like, damn, maybe we should have done that.
Yeah, it says a lot, I think.
Oh, fuck, like, that's true.
That's good stuff. Write that down.
Hey, shit. Are we getting season 2? No? Oh, damn. Maybe next time.
Damn. Pass the notes on to the one that's already filming.
Yeah. Hey, tell them to put that in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh, Wanda's not in that show? Oh, damn.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well.
Damn.
Yeah, but look. One of the theories here at Future Foundation have said a shit ton of theories about WandaVision. A lot of them are wrong. I got one right, and I'm kind of mad that it's the one I got right, because it was the biggest disappointment in the entire fucking episode. I think for a lot of people, even
This
people
is what really kind of spoiled it for me. Yeah.
even people that liked the episode, this was a big fucking disappointment. Like, let's talk about Evan Peters as Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner.
Now, one of my biggest theories from the beginning was that Evan Peters was playing Ralph in actuality. When I said that theory, I said it with the intention that Evan Peters was Ralph masquerading as Pietro, but in reality was like the Nightmare or the Mephisto.
Yeah,
Not-
the figure.
yeah.
The scene's bad.
Not that he was just Ralph
Ralph
Boner. Yeah, like, dude, the second that it was the scene where she was like in the room and he was like, "You want to fight? You want to tussle?" I was like, "Oh, okay, here we go. We're gonna get the fucking answers. Let's go." And then she starts looking through the papers. Oh, that really weird scene with her looking through the fucking pamphlet. And or like the bill, and I was like, "Oh crap, what's going on? Like, there's something here." And then, "You're Ralph Boner?" And he was like, "Boner." It's like, what? And then cut away, like it's done, like that's done. Like he doesn't come back. It's like there's no fucking like thing. One of the biggest theories from the beginning of the show was Evan Peters was gonna have a Quicksilver montage, like the one from X-Men: Days of Future Past, or the X-Men, like the X-Men movies. Those are some of the best fucking things in the entire, like, the X-Men movies. I just watched all those X-Men movies, like the newer ones. For the most part, they were like not that great. There were some good ones. First Class was great and everything, but the best part about all of them were the Quicksilver scenes. They were all badass. And they could have used that. You know, they could have had one dope ass scene where, like, something like that. They had, or maybe, okay, what if it wasn't Pietro that had that cool ass scene? What if fucking Tommy did it, dude?
I think it would have been cool if they both were doing it.
Yeah, if they both did it, that would have been sick as hell. Like, if they both would have saved Westview or something, or both of them in unison would have, like, fucked up the guards or the military. Like, oh, that would have been so awesome, dude. But, like, you have such a cool character with such a cool power. Like, I love speedsters, dude. People who know me.
And just imagine the banter between Quicksilver and Speed, and him like calling him like kiddo or something, you know, as they're
dude, why they're just
doing people and stuff.
It's slow motion and everything, and like,
Yeah.
It would have been so good, dude. But I mean, fuck, man. Like, yo, like, okay, let's see. What's Cold P say? One could mess up the guards, and the other moves all the citizens. They could have done some more cool shit. Yeah, dude, 100%. That would have been literally, like, that's what I was waiting for. Cause Quicksilver, as I said, I love speedsters. Quicksilver is one of, like, my more favorite X-Men. He is badass. I was so excited for this reveal. It was so cool, you know. And here's the thing, right? Like, Ralph Boner had super speed. Like, he had speed.
I'm not inclined to believe that the necklace gave him.
Yeah,
speeding
I don't
power.
believe that. I don't believe that at all. Okay,
People show that Agatha was not that powerful.
Yeah, dude. She, as I said in my breakdown, she literally said eyes and ears. That's it. How the fuck does he have powers?
Right. It doesn't explain everything. Like, which again, there's these little things that lead that maybe he is more, but like, why are we dragging this out? You know, why not just be like, he's from a multiverse, and boom, we have our multiverse connection for the next two Spider-Man and Doctor Strange movie, and then we can move on with the satisfaction that, okay, we have an answer. It's not the full answer, but it's part of the answer. But no, it just leads you to assume that there's nothing more to it other than Ralph Boner.
Butter. Man, okay, look, if anyone in this chat has not seen my theory about who Evan Peters actually is, the finale, go check that out. It's about like it's a 3-minute video. I made it last night. I stayed up till like 6 in the morning editing this video. But basically, long story short, I have this theory that we were talking about it last night after this episode, that Evan Peters, Ralph Boner, is still like a red hair. It's still like a joke, you know. It's a red herring. It's something like it's still meant to be like something that's not to throw us off. And you know, long story short, why is because in episode 4, Jimmy Woo mentioned that he was there looking for a witness or his witness protection dude that is a missing person and stuff like that, and stuff like that, and yada yada rada rada, fucking all that bullshit. And Ralph Boner sounds like the most fake fucking name I've ever heard, dude.
Yeah,
that
sounds
is
like a...
That's the most fake name. That's like if that sounds like the name you name your cyberpunk character. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Mike Crotch.
Exactly, dude. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Mark said they had a tree of options and branching possibilities. I love that fucking wording, bro. And so many directions they could have gone after the huge build-up, and they were like, and they just gave up like an essay you turn in the last minute just so you don't get a 0. Did I know that feeling?
That is a very, very good analogy for exactly how I feel with some of these reveals and stuff.
That's a great fucking analogy, dude. Oh my god.
Like they were writing stuff down, and then they were like, "Well, we'll answer this later. We'll answer this later. We'll answer this later." And then they're like, "Look at the time, like, oh, this is due like tomorrow."
Oh shit. They're all like, "Hey, wait, hold on. We're not gonna get 2-hour episode. Oh fuck. Okay. Just cut half of. Get it all out of there. Get it all out.
Get out of here." Darcy crashes into Hayward, and that completes that storyline.
White Vision gets touched in the face by regular Vision, and then he goes, "I'm Vision," and then he flies away.
Yeah.
Can we fucking talk about that? Can we talk about that, dude?
Why does he leave?
Where'd he go? Dude, if he's Vision, look.
He has all of Vision's memories now.
Yeah.
Which, in the comic, he acknowledges that he's Vision, but he doesn't have any emotional attachment to Wanda or the kids in the comic. So it's like, okay, well, that would be staying true to Spectral Vision. But it seems weird that he would just dip and be like, yeah, like, I'm just not going to confront this right now.
Where is he going? Is he going to bust a Superman and just chill in space and, like, fucking vibe with the moon? Like, where is he going?
And it's one of those where they just, like, did it because they're like, well, we want this Vision to have his moment with Wanda. And for me, I think it took me out of that moment because it felt fake to me. It's like, this was done because story reasons, and it's not because it makes any logical sense with what we just saw happen with him and White Vision.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like they just wanted that, well, we want to throw a little family moment at the end before they all die and go away. It's like, yeah, but you just made it nonsensical with...
You think if he was...
yeah.
You think if all his memories, literally all his memories just got put back into him, what's his last memory? Fucking Wanda killing him and then Thanos killing him? Wouldn't he want to talk to Wanda and be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what happened? Like, he just flew away.
Why was I created again? You know, why you think he'd still have questions that?
Yeah, dude. And like, I thought, dude. Okay, look, we've been shit talking the episode the entire time, but we'll get to the positives. We'll get to the positives because there are positives. Like, you know, yeah. There are things that I liked. I gave the episode a 7, so there's enough to like about it than to hate. But it's just like there's things that were like unanswered. It felt unsatisfying. It felt disappointing. And then, bro, as a director, like, I know the wording was weird, how you said it, but you shouldn't say before an episode drops that it's gonna be that some fans might find it disappointing.
Right.
You shouldn't drop that fucking dingleberry in front of the fans right before. And like, I get it. I understand where he was coming from. Theories got fucking insane. Speculations got fucking insane. But he also can't. I feel like he can't blame theory, like the theory and these and the speculation. No. Like, people, like, you know, like they teed up a lot of stuff that were very accurate to comics, which, as I said in the previous episode, sometimes being super into and accurate to the comics is a blessing and a curse. You get information, but you also could hype yourself up for something that isn't going to happen. It's a double-edged sword. But I mean, you can't fucking not only like Easter egg it, you can't Easter egg it, then put shots about it. You can't like put lines about it. You can't like fucking poke the bear and then not expect people to theorize, and then not expect people to have their own opinions on what's gonna happen, and then when the director's fucking idea accidentally doesn't go, or when the director's idea doesn't go the way that everyone was thinking, you shouldn't fault the community, bro. Like you also shouldn't fault the director.
This isn't. I don't like this trend of wanting to market on the theories and the speculations with the actors and actresses kind of hyping and pumping it up a little bit, and then blaming the fans when they don't like the outcome. And then it's like, well, you're marketing all of this theorizing and speculating by having these actors and actresses go on these shows and be like, well, I can't wait to see your guys' reaction for the aerospace engineers. Like, well, if there was nothing there, just say there's nothing here.
Look,
don't look into it.
Paul Bettany digged his own grave by saying that comment. We all know that. We all know. Monica Rambeau, the actress who played Monica Rambeau, she fucking dug her own grave by saying that comment. We know that. Elizabeth Olsen, on her side, her words were taken out of context. Her words were hyped up by the reporter, but in reality, what she said was still kind of big. She still said there was going to be a big person, a la she was talking about Evan Peters. But I mean, it's, I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like there was just a lot of things, and it's like you said earlier, they were able to tease up Captain Marvel 2 very easily. But like, why couldn't they tease up Doctor Strange, which I felt is more important more relevant to the story, not only for Wanda, for the future of the MCU, because Doctor Strange is going to be a huge part of the MCU. He's going to be in Spider-Man 3. He's going to be in he has a whole fucking movie with the Multiverse of Madness, and now seeing how it happened with WandaVision, I'm kind of feeling that maybe. I think Doctor Strange is going to have either about the same amount of time as Tony Stark, or a little bit less from Spider-Man 2. Remember how Tony Stark was only in the movie for like 5 minutes, maybe a little less?
Mm-hmm.
I think Doctor Strange is only going to be in the movie for 5 minutes, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be as big as... I now feel like Spider-Man 3, although it will be big... Because think about Spider-Man 2, it was pretty big for what it did. So I mean, from Spider-Man 2, it's only go up. So I feel like Spider-Man 3 still is gonna be big, but it's like it's not gonna be. Before we were talking about, oh shit, Toby's gonna be in the movie, Andrew's gonna be in the movie, fucking the Green Goblin, Gwen Stacy, all these names were gonna be in the movie, right? And then little old Tom Holland was like, "Oh no, they're not going to be in the movie." Like, I don't know anything about it. What if he's right, bro?
Yeah.
What if they're not in the movie?
It's very possible. With the way this show went, it kind of feels like it seems like they want to tease and hype up a little bit, like some of the extreme stuff, but they're afraid to commit to it, which is upsetting in my opinion. But I don't know. I hate the excuse and that this is Wanda's story. All these other things are done because it's Wanda's story. Like they did that. I'm like, well, is it? Again, I feel like they didn't do her much justice. Yes, we got the Scarlet Witch and it was cool and all that stuff, but
you could do both.
You could do both.
You can
do her story while also, by the way, she's gonna be in Doctor Strange 2, and we want to remind you. Here's Doctor Strange. He's got some sort of role to play in this. But no, instead we're gonna tease up Captain Marvel 2 instead.
And then now,
who knows when that's coming out?
Who knows when Captain Marvel 2 is coming out, dude? Who knows when Doctor Strange is coming out? Like, realistically, like, COVID 2 could happen, and then it could get pushed back even farther, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know when it's gonna happen, and then I've stand to believe Wanda won't even be in Spider-Man 3.
I don't think so either.
Spider-Man 3 is the next one. And I don't think she's going to be in it at all. As I said earlier, maybe a post-credit scene. But yeah, no, it's like, we're not going to find out these answers. White Vision, dude? When the fuck do you think we're going to find out about White Vision? Like, you think he's going to come back and Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Maybe. It's a government thing. It's possible. But it's like...
I don't think so. But that's the problem with White Vision is, like, he's so open-ended that who knows?
Yeah, bro.
Because we have no idea.
Who knows? Like, literally no one fucking knows, man. Like...
Also, because again, with the excuse that this is Wanda's story, it's like, okay, let's go back to Wanda's story. With specifically the Quicksilver stuff. Why, if this wasn't supposed to tease the multiverse, which I believe that's what everyone's assumption was with Evan Peters' Quicksilver showing up instead of Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver, was to tease he is from the multiverse, he is from the Fox universe. This is hint. The multiverse is a thing. We are going to do it. This is our first kind of little clue, the first key. Okay, I can excuse some of the, not bringing back Aaron Taylor Johnson because you're teasing the multiverse stuff. We're moving forward. But it seems like Quicksilver was brought in to be an emotional part of Wanda's journey, and they couldn't even fully commit to that because they didn't have Aaron Taylor Johnson. So Quicksilver kind of got shafted out of... After episode 6, he was just, like, shafted out. And it's like... And then even then, when they go back to do Wanda's story, they could only show little Pietro because they couldn't bring back Aaron Taylor Johnson to do a little bit more with him before he dies in that flashback stuff. That they could have shown how he reacted to the Mind Stone and stuff and whatnot. And I think it would have been an emotional journey to have Aaron Taylor Johnson back, her brother.
Yeah, dude. It would have been so cool.
And if it is true that he's just Ralph Boner and he's just a boner joke, you really miss the opportunity to bring back Aaron Taylor Johnson and be like, sorry, Wanda, the joke's on you. I couldn't bring your brother back and stuff and like that. It's just an illusion to get you to fall for my trick so I could... He's my eyes and ears,
Yeah.
Like, it would have made more sense if it was a spell that Agatha was using to give someone the appearance of Quicksilver, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
And it would open her up emotionally more that she got everyone back that she wanted. But like she was even confused. She's like, why didn't you look the same? It was more jarring for her to see someone else. And it was jarring for the overall show when they kind of like boner joke.
Dude, as our friend Aaron said, dude, the boner is the fly now of the Marvel universe, dude. Like,
yeah,
bro, like, dude, like it's so. That's why I'm on the train that like he has to be the witness protection person. Cause look, as I said, the video I did on the Future Fandation YouTube account is a theory that Evan Peters is actually a character in the 616. He is basically... My theory is that mutants have been in the world for a little bit. Maybe the snap fucking woke them up or something, woke up the X gene or some shit. I don't know how they would explain it, but my theory is that the mutants have been around for a bit. And this guy, Ralph Boner was maybe got caught by the government, maybe got, because if you remember Pietro from the X-Men, he was a little thief. He was definitely a little thief. He stole shit all the time. So maybe they could explain it to some point where he was a thief, but they realized he had powers, so they kept him. They're like, all right, we're gonna keep you under witness protection, just whatever. Gave him a fake name, moved him to a random place, I don't know, New Jersey, Westview. What the fuck's gonna happen there? And then boom, every WandaVision happens. It just so happens that he plays Quicksilver in another dimension, another universe, multiverse, yada, you know, shit like that. Like it's. But I mean, bro, it's like literally that's the only thing I can hold on to make me feel like that I have the hope of making that scene better. Because if not, it's such a stupid payoff. Like it's
not even a payoff. It's a slap
literally
in the face.
the only thing that did for me. The only thing that okay, so if he's nobody, if he's literally Ralph Boner, right? If he's nobody, all that scene did for me is further confirm my possibility that Tobey Maguire could play Ben Parker. That's all that did. That it further confirms my like feeling that Tobey could play Ben. And you know, that's not exciting. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm glad that confirmed that. Like it's just like, bro, like I wanted more from him. Cause I love him, dude. He's so fucking cool.
If it truly is just a boner joke at the end of the day, it's like it really takes away the reveal on episode 5.
Who do you think that decision was? Do you think it was the writer? Do you think it was the director? Or do you think it was the suits? You think it was the Marvel suits? Dude, that's a fucking bad joke, dude. Like, how can you not? Like realistically, like any like sensible person could look at that and be all like, "This is a stupid ass joke. You're gonna put this really like right here? Like that's your big payoff?" Like,
yeah,
I feel like anyone sensible in writing would know that's fucking stupid. Like,
it's very possible it was a Feige thing, just because we've seen it before, and like the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, it's like.
But dude, Feige's smart, dude. You think Feige would have fucking learned from Iron Man 3? You know what I mean?
I hoped.
Yeah, well, we hoped. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like,
but this just worries my, like, are we going to open up cool possibilities at the beginning of each of these Disney Plus series just to
stupid payoffs,
bring it all back in? Because we're afraid to do too much on the platform, and we want all the big reveals to be in the movies. Because then it's like, well, now you're giving less reason to watch these shows.
Yeah.
Because you're not wanting to commit to them being important, vital pieces of the MCU.
Bro, because now I feel like that. Now I feel that Falcon and Winter Soldier won't have Thunderbolts. I feel there was a big rumor Falcon and Winter Soldier was gonna tease the Inhumans, like the real Inhumans, not that shit TV show that came out like 3 years ago. That Falcon and Winter Soldier was gonna tease the Inhumans, you know, shit like that. There was theories that Loki was gonna fuck with different multiverse versions of Thor. But it's like, bro, should we even talk about him now? You know, like I feel like I'm gonna get shot because I'm mentioning theories and fucking, you know, like
it's like everyone wants to crucify the theorists, but it's like, well, the theories are what makes the shows fun, because it's like we're trying to predict 100%. What's gonna happen, and it's like no one gets mad if there are people that get mad if their theory didn't come true, but that's not us. Like, we're not upset because it didn't come true. We're upset because it seems like they let us on purpose because it was good marketing in their opinion, and they just chose not to do anything with these things that they were hyping and teasing.
Yeah, because they were all just teases at the end of the day. Like thinking about it now, what the fuck was the point? There's two things that I think about. What the fuck was the point of? What the fuck was the point of the Nightmare helmet in the intro of the title sequence for episode 2? Like, that was actual Nightmare's helmet.
Literally just an Easter egg at this point.
Yeah, it was just an Easter egg. That's all it was. It was like, but that's such a big one, dude. Like, Nightmare. Like, you know, like unless that was just a little tease that he's the villain of he's like the main villain of Doctor Strange 2, maybe. But it's like, bro, and then episode 1. Or episode 1, no, 2 as well. For the children.
Which, again, leads credence to the Mephisto stuff. That's why people were there. It wasn't coming out of left field. It was
dude.
in the pudding. It was there.
No, the
All
devils
was
were in
there.
the details, Gabe. Like,
The devil's in the details, or the devil's in the
dude,
details, Kev. And
literally,
then she literally says that's not the only place he's
the
in.
Halloween episode,
Yeah.
Evan Peters literally calls Tommy Demon Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
Not like literally calls him Demon Spawn. Like,
He literally says raise hell, demon spawn.
yeah,
Why keep emphasizing the
devil
stuff?
demons
The children are so important. Everyone knows that story.
for the children, dude.
Here's the thing: Elizabeth Olsen herself had mentioned that she would love to see that storyline play out in the marketing for Civil War.
I remember
She
that
did an
video.
interview,
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
she said that this is a storyline I would love to see play out as, one day as Scarlet Witch. And it was looking like they were going to pay that off. They were going to do that story arc for her, and then they just didn't do it. Like, they didn't. And I'm not saying I wanted to necessarily see Al Pacino's Mephisto. At the end, it could have been anything. It just the teasing that this is where we're going.
Yeah,
Be ready in Doctor Strange 2 because we're gonna go full in on it. But they just didn't do anything. It was just like, we hear the kids in the Darkhold, but that's so vague. It doesn't really do anything, for me.
this is interesting. What Cold P brought up, because I don't understand that either. Why did Wanda say thank you for choosing me as your mother?
Yep, it's a weird line.
That's a weird line. Like, I hope they pay that off, because if they do, that'd be cool. But how? Like, what? It's a weird line.
I know it's my fan theory, but I'm telling you, I felt it would have made way more sense if it was revealed in this episode that they were shards of Mephisto and they turn into Mephisto, and her whole goal in Doctor Strange 2 is to get them back as her children. But like, I don't know, it seems like the Mephisto stuff is going to be too ham-fisted, in if they go that route. Like, bringing Mephisto into Doctor Strange 2 is going to seem ham-fisted because they didn't really tease it anymore. Like, they ended the teases by the time the series ended. And I don't know, it's Mordo's supposed to be in Doctor Strange 2, so it's like, well, they kind of teased him at the end of Doctor Strange 1 that he would be a villain.
Bro, who even knows what's going on with that, bro, dude? Like,
so it's like, and then isn't America Chavez supposed to be in Doctor Strange 2 as well? So it's like, why are we introducing all these characters into Doctor Strange 2 that, I mean, maybe they'll flesh it out and we'll know why they're in there, but it's gonna seem like if there's all this other stuff that people are thinking that they might be going down, it's like, it's all gonna seem ham-fisted if it's all in one movie, where they could have alleviated some of that by doing more with WandaVision instead of just focusing solely on Wanda and setting up Captain Marvel 2 for whatever reason.
Yeah, man, Mordo's really interesting, man, because Mordo's whole plot at the end of Doctor Strange 1 is that he's going around to, like, every weak-ass sorcerer and stealing their magic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so it's like, dude, where are all these magic people, man? Like, I'm over here fucking dropping my green screen because I'm pissed. Where are all these magic people? There's so many magic people that have set up so much, dude. I love the magic world in Marvel, dude. Like, well, yeah, we talked about how Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange should have been able to sense this and everything. But I mean, there's a bunch of people that work for Doctor Strange, like his little minions, right? Like the people that work at the Sanctum. There's representatives for different Sanctums all over the world. Why aren't just people from the Sanctums, like the Guardians of Magic, being like, yo, what the fuck's going on? Like, what? Why isn't Mordo, like, hunting down these, like, strong-ass witches? That's literally the entire point of why he's saying there's too many sorcerers. Like, see, look.
Yeah,
I feel like you can't get mad at people for, like, saying it really should be teasing more, because Marvel already set that precedent. Marvel set the idea that everything's connected, everything teases something else, ever since fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean? Ever since Iron Man 1, with the Avengers fucking, I'm assembling a team type, ever since that, everything Kevin Feige has connected, shown, Like, it's made sense in a way. And yeah, as our friend Aaron said, yeah, maybe in a year and a half when Doctor Strange 2 comes out, it will all make sense. But now I have to sit here for a year and a half pissed off.
It's also, again, when Iron Man 1 came out, we had no expectations. It was just, oh, they're making an Iron Man movie. Let's see if it's good. Came out, the end credit scene was there that Nick Fury shows up. He says, I'm assembling a team. Oh, okay, well, that looks like it's the Avengers. Theorize that we're going to get the Avengers. And then they announced that Thor is going to be getting his own movie. Hulk was getting his own movie. And all these other things. It's like, oh, okay, we're building something here. Captain America was getting his own movie. And all of it led back to we're assembling the Avengers. And sure, at that time and point, we had no idea that Thanos was going to be the main villain until they eventually teased him getting the gauntlet at the end of Avengers 1, where he says, fine, I'll do it myself. And then, oh, okay, so now we know Thanos is coming after Avengers 1.
Yeah.
And
all we know is Wanda could read a book.
They're going to build it up. 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 But the fact that Doctor Strange just doesn't even show up to, like, tease his own movie coming up, it's just weird to me.
All we know is that Monica's going to space and Wanda could read.
That is true.
That's all we learned from these credits. Am I wrong?
That's all we got, yeah.
Like, yeah, she can read and she's reading the Darkhold, and that's probably going to tease to something, but what did it tease? That she just had the Darkhold? Like, that's not a tease, bro. Like, it could have been, that could have been implied, dude. And I hate bringing up the sequel. I hate bringing up the
movie.
I hate bringing up the sequel trilogy, but we didn't have a whole fucking scene where Rey was reading the Jedi texts and like in floating with the rocks around her. You know, it was just implied that she read that shit and she knows what's going on.
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, I don't know, bro. Look, we've been bagging on this shit the whole time, and
we did a whole hour bagging.
We did a whole fucking hour bagging on it. Let's talk about a positive.
Well, Vision was in it,
dude. We just bagged on this thing for a whole hour, and then we're like, let's talk about the positives. Okay. That being said, there are positives. I gave it a 7. I enjoyed the episode. Like, as an episode, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. It was fun. There was cool ass shit that were shown, that were done. It's just I think, honestly, I think the idea that we're disappointed and that we're this like how disappointed it is a testament to how much we care about for this show. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a testament to show how invested and like how much we're actually into this show, because like, yeah, it didn't like that's the thing when people always say, oh, well, that's the thing about theories. You know, if it doesn't go your way, it sucks. Like, that's not entirely true. As I said multiple times, the cool thing about theory is that if it doesn't go your way, it's still a fucking surprise. And for the most part, this episode was a surprise, dude. I didn't expect White Vision to show up that quick, but when he did, the White Vision, the White Vision and Vision fight scene was badass, absolutely badass. The psychological showdown between Vision and White Vision was badass, dude. That was the sickest thing ever. What's it called? The thesis thing they're talking about.
That was sick.
That was so fucking sick, dude.
That was sick. How Vision is just like, hold on, let me break it down intellectually.
Yeah, like he was like, I'm gonna out Vision. Like, I'm gonna out Vision, proving that he's Vision. It's like, dude, that's so badass. Like, it was the sickest scene ever. It was awesome. Yeah, the end it was the end of that scene was a little weird when he flies away and everything, but it's fucking dope. And it's definitely, you know, with what Vision said at the end when he was like going away was, this isn't a goodbye. This is until we meet again in another form or whatever. That's fucking teasing that White Vision will come back or whatever.
She should have just been like, by the way, the White Vision has my memories.
And by the way, yeah, you're totally fine. White Vision is me, basically. He just doesn't remember the kid, so that might be awkward.
So if you find him, it's me.
Yeah, it's me. Hey, well, let's hook up. So it's like, So, absolutely badass fight, dude. Super cool. The scene where Agatha fucking takes away the break from everyone, and they were all like rushing Wanda. That was fucking that was stressful and intense, dude. Like I was like, oh shit, this is nuts.
It's gonna get insane.
This is gonna get insane. The choke scene, dude, where she was like, fucking choke me like I choke you when I choke you, dude. I was like, bro, this nuts. I was like, it's insane. The fight scene between her and the fight scene between her and Agatha was sick. The callback to the Joss Whedon like go to sleep or whatever, and that whole thing from Ultron was cool to see that shit again. Really cool twist and everything like that. It was badass, dude. Absolutely badass. The whole fucking twist that Wanda ended up using the runes, and everything. Like fucking. Isn't it kind of funny how, in a way, making Agatha the villain, they were able to also make her mentor, like from the comics?
Yeah.
Did you realize that she mentored her through her emotion, in the flashback episode, right? If you think about it, she was kind of like her therapist. And then she taught her about the runes. She taught her about some of the rules of magic. Yeah, it was kind of like, I'm indirectly teaching you, but she technically was kind of like a mentor figure to Wanda in this show. And then even at the end, where she taught, she stopped her with the rune that she fucking stole, like that she learned off of her theoretically. It was a good callback. I thought that was smart. I thought that was really good. But it's just, oh yeah, and then as Cold Piece says, the costume looks fucking awesome. The costume, or Mark too, yeah, Mark and Cold Piece are so fucking right. The fucking costume, dude. She looked hot,
Agatha
bro.
Agatha and Scarlet Witch
they both looked fucking great, dude. The costume design
looked sick too. So
costume design was on fucking point for this show, dude. It looked great. All of them. The entire season costume design was fucking great. Like every episode,
I love the retro costumes on the Halloween episode.
Yeah, dude. Oh, they were so good. I didn't really like the fucking luchador line, but
yeah.
Tu no gustas carne picosa y carne. It's like, what the fuck, yo, dog. Hey, can you at least say something like an actual sentence, not like a stereotypical "I like food"? It's just, like, bro. But I digress.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to like, and I think for me, I think the show truly peaked episode 5-6 ish, and then from there, for me, it started to drag with how slow, like the pacing just went like back all the way down. And then episode 9 was great, I think, in the fact that we got that Marvel stuff that we wanted to see. We saw the giant fights and everything, the cinematic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it was overall still a great series, but there was stuff they could have executed better. There's stuff they could have really done to enhance the emotion. Again, I was hearing this was going to be a tearjerker, a cry fest, and I don't know about you, but I did not have any emotion at the end of the show.
Look. I was sad with the Wanda and Vision thing. Like, when they were saying goodbye, I was like, alright, this is sad. My sister was watching it in the next room over, and I heard her actually, like, crying out loud. Like, it...
Really?
Yeah. But, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't give a fuck about the goodbye to the kids.
Maybe I'm just an asshole, because I think the Vision and Wanda stuff was that...
No, I didn't give a fuck about her goodbye to the kids, dude.
I didn't care either.
I felt like I didn't even think they were dying, dude. Like, literally up until that moment, I didn't think they were gonna, like, I just thought they were like, I thought it was weird that they were just like, all right, it's time to go home. I was like, what? It's time to go home. Like, at that point, it didn't connect that they just accepted they're gonna fucking die. And I was like, okay. And then once I understood that, like, oh, okay, they're gonna die. Like, the hex is gonna close on them. But I was like, why is it just so casual with the kids? Like, all right, bye. Like, wouldn't you want to, like, hold on to your kids? Like, why they disappear forever? Like, I don't know about you. If I were the father of fake kids, I would want to be holding them while they disappear for fucking ever. Like, I would want to be as a family if my family is disappearing forever. Like, that's why I didn't think they were, like, going away at first. And, like, yeah, they're not going away. They're coming back. Like, obviously we know because of the after credit scene.
To me, personally, I think that's why I didn't have any emotional... I didn't feel any emotion during that whole entire ending sequence where they're all saying goodbye, because it's, like, it was so obvious and evident to me that they're all going to come back anyway. And the fact that Vision was like, till we see each other again, and it's like, oh yeah, because he still, like, I think it'll maybe have more impact when she meets White Vision or Spectral Vision, and maybe he rejects her and, like, doesn't accept her as, like, his wife or whatever. You know, he's just like, I have all Vision's memories. If he does that line where I have all of Vision's memories, but I do not, you know, I am not that person that
I
you
do not have his
loved
emotions. Oh yeah, so he has his memories but not his emotions.
Right. So, like, I think that would make it more emotional, like, the hope that she was going to, like, that Vision, obviously Vision was giving her, like, the hope, like, we'll see each other again, and then, like, she's going to get shut down, and, like, that'll probably be like, oh, well, it makes it sad because there was hope that she was going to get him back, but she still didn't. But again, it felt cheap to me, just because, like, we know the twins are going to come back. We know, I mean, I guess we don't know, but from the leaks already that they were seen on set, it's like, well, it's obvious.
Oh, bro, we know they're coming. Like, literally,
at least we're gonna see them.
The last thing we fucking heard was their mom, and then, like, the cut to black, bro. Like, nah, they're gonna come back, and then the little kids posting in their location on Insta, like, nah, bro, they're coming.
I don't understand. Like, I'll even say to this day, the Infinity War scene where Spider-Man doesn't want to, he's like telling Iron Man he doesn't want to die.
Yeah,
that hit me more in my feels than,
bro. I was in fucking tears, dude. Like,
I was in tears, and it's like I knew he was gonna come back because obviously they're not gonna kill Spider-Man.
Yeah,
at that point. But it was just the way he delivered that whole line and the way he was acting. It felt way more emotional, in my opinion.
I think here's the thing about fucking Vision dying. We've seen it happen twice already.
Right.
You know,
so the third time it's not.
Third time, it's peaceful. It's peaceful. It's a goodbye. It's accepting. It's accepting like it's accepting grief. It's accepting loss. You know, but what is love if not, or what is grief if not love persevering? You know, it's her accepting that, and that's fine. But it's like, we've seen him die twice. We know White Vision is around, and they're gonna do something with that and her probably.
Right.
So it's like, you know,
it didn't feel like a real gogoodbye.
It didn't feel like a real goodbye. It didn't feel like.
And I think it would have been a little bit more emotional, just saying, if they called back to the episode that just came before it, when Vision asked, "What am I?" Mm-hmm. If she were to, like, spit back some fire and be like, "Your love persevering," and then
damn, that would have been good. That would have been good. Holy shit! Hey, don't say that out loud. Matt, or Mark, or the Shackman would have been like, "Hey, I should have wrote that down. I should have." Dude, I can't believe Matt Shackman was like, "Hey, those theories are pretty good."
Hey, those theories are pretty good.
Those theories are pretty good.
I should have probably had something go.
I should have wrote some of those down, dude. Oh, man.
Well, again, I don't want to say it's all his fault, because something tells me it's not entirely up to him to write
yeah, for sure.
the story. Like, obviously, I think Feige has a big part in what can be in the show, because it has to connect with what's coming. So, again, it's more of like, where's this going? You know, where's this going to go ultimately?
Yeah, but man.
I enjoyed the ride. I enjoyed episodes 5 and 6 will be some of my favorite times, because that was the theory, speculation central of where is this going, and all the possibilities were still all open. And then, like I said, as it came to a close, a lot of those doors started shutting, and kind of unceremoniously, in my opinion. But it was still a great series. It was a fun 8 weeks to go through,
for sure, 100%.
And we still got fucking Winter Soldier, and I'm keeping my expectations low, so that way we don't have none.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, Mephisto is the villain Mephisto's the villain of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm telling you, bro. It's Mephisto. He's actually Bucky Barnes. Mephisto has been Bucky Barnes the entire time. What kind of?
But yeah, we just gotta be. I'm gonna be so weary now of every time that they tease it and be like, "That's just an Easter egg."
Yeah, dude. It's like I said earlier. It's like Marvel set the precedent that everything is connected. Things that tease are important and shit like that. Like so it's like it feels like did you just like randomly decide to switch it up to just make it these are jokes now, like these are jokes, you know? Because back in the day, the only real jokes in Marvel were they weren't like the ha in your face jokes, they were just like Stan Lee fucking cameos, you know what I mean? Like those are the only serious Easter egg like jokes, but like, you know, now there's just either throwing people off the trail, so it's like
and I feel like they Easter eggs in the movies were never emphasized enough to possibly be story beats like some of these were. And like if it was an Easter egg, it was just like you would see it for a brief second in the background, or if it was just like something someone says real quick, and it was like obviously just a one-off kind of like, you know, here's just a throwback to the comic. But they never would emphasize something so long in each of the movies that it would be like, oh, is this a plot point? Is this a story?
I think everything that we've experienced are Marvel level Easter eggs. But hear me out. They're movie level Easter eggs. If that scene was in a movie, like a one thing movie, I think the theater would have been like, ha, that's funny. You know what I mean? But since it's a TV show where you're really given time to expand and like think about it, that leads into a whole other avenue. You know what I mean? That leads into a whole other realm of possibilities. With a TV show, you're led to believe that you have time to explain this. Where in a movie, you're just like, oh, well, they're not gonna, like, that's funny. That's just like a little Easter egg. Like, they're not gonna explain this later. Maybe in another movie, but, you know, I feel like these were Marvel movie level Easter eggs, just not structured for format of TV. You know what I mean? I feel like the Easter egg that they were setting up were just a little too big for TV, which made it, you know, a bigger plot point than it actually was in reality.
Right. And again, there's no saying again. It's for me what bothers me is if like Mephisto just ends up being a giant Easter egg throughout the whole series. It's like do it once, you know, just tease it once and then don't continue teasing it.
Yeah,
don't continue Easter egging it. Just let it go because then it makes it feel like it's a big story beat. But yeah, great series. I think. Once you dial everything back down, it was good.
Yeah.
We get to see the Scarlet Witch finally. She's officially the Scarlet Witch, and the costume is sick. It's
sick costume.
I'm excited to see where she goes moving forward. I did hear some complaints that it felt like an origin story after we've already been introduced to the character for so many movies now, but which is true.
I mean, I don't 100% feel that.
It's not a big deal. It's like she was in those movies, but we didn't know much about her and what she was like in this universe, and this show expanded upon what she is.
Yeah,
who she is
yeah. I agree.
And I will say this: that Wanda and Vision were both characters that were just there. They were never really important enough for me to care. I mean, I cared in Infinity War when she had to kill him. It was pretty emotional for me to see that, but they were never big enough characters where it's like, you know, I didn't care about them as much as I did about Iron Man or Captain America or, you know, Hulk or anything like that. So to see them flesh these two out like that, really cool. And yeah, they're now up there. They're some of the best Avengers in the cast
for sure. I think one thing that's interesting is that a lot of people thought since this is based off like the House of M arc and like the shit like that, that this was gonna tease the mutants or like this was gonna lead up to the mutants. It didn't, you know. It had nothing to do with mutants actually. Even to the point where like Ralph Boner is not a mutant. I mean, unless he really is, and that's why the wind is protection. But I mean, it's interesting because now we can break off a little bit from WandaVision because we do have a little bit of news actually to talk about, and this is related. Uh, it's like a soft confirmation that they're working on a X-Men reboot called The Mutants. It's gonna be the X-Men reboot that we've all been wanting on the MCU. How are they going to explain it? Is it going to be were the mutants here all along? And because that's my theory, right? That's my theory that I explained in my video is that the mutants are gonna the movie The Mutants are gonna explain that mutants have been here for a while, and the first mutant that we actually met was in WandaVision, aka Ralph Boner. And like I feel like that's what could possibly be teased, but I mean, who knows? Like it's gonna be a whole new reboot. I don't know how they're gonna explain it because everyone thought WandaVision was gonna explain it. Like that she was gonna say, instead of saying no more mutants like she did in the comics, she was gonna say no, comma, more mutants or some shit of that variety, to make mutants and then going into the mutants. So I mean, now how are they gonna explain that movie? Is it gonna be they've been in there in secret? Is it gonna be there's gonna be an event that's gonna cause everyone to get powers? Is it gonna be the snap caused everyone? The snap activated the X gene that people have, and people got powers. Like, it's really interesting how they're gonna explain that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think there will be a big event coming in some of the coming movies that will explain maybe something that has to do with Wanda.
Well, because but there's the thing with mutants though. The difference between mutants and like the Inhumans and just regular superheroes is that mutants are born with powers, right?
Right.
Mutants are people. Well, in the X-Men thing, they're people that are born with the X gene, which develops in your body, giving you powers. But I mean, how would they explain that in the MCU unless the X gene is a thing that's been in everyone since the beginning, right? Like maybe like out of everyone on the planet, a third of the population has the X gene, right?
Right.
Something happens, a big old event around the world. Like maybe it could have been the snap. It could have been, or it could be something happening up with Multiverse of Madness. It could be something happening with Spider-Man 3. But an event happens causing a big either like radiation leak or something that activates the X gene in people, making it more like mutants.
Something tells me that there's gonna be something linking the CMBR to like enough exposure.
The cosmic background radiation thing?
Yeah, enough exposure to that it activates the X gene in certain people, and thus letting those people, if they were to reproduce, that they then also pass on the X gene already activated into their offspring. Something like that, maybe like Wanda's gonna have a giant just outburst of like power or whatever, and it's gonna start hitting people, and like some of the people that have the X gene will have like their X gene activated, or turned online.
I think they're gonna try to explain it. I think they're gonna do it in Doctor Strange now. I think Doctor Strange will be the event that triggers the mutants to either come in through another multiverse, which I don't think. I think the mutants are gonna be from our multiverse or from the 616. I don't think these mutants are gonna be from another multiverse or anything like that. I think we can see other versions of the mutants from other multiverses. But I think
that's with the whole entire like Quicksilver stuff too. It's like everyone's like pointing that Kevin Feige wants to just reboot it because he wants to do his own version of X-Men. He wants to have his own cast, and that's fine. But you're not gonna use Quicksilver again. Like that could have been your
one time, yeah,
to bring over a Quicksilver that a lot of people still enjoy and like, and then be like, "This is your new Quicksilver."
Fuck, you're right. They're not gonna do.
Still existed.
Oh, you're right.
This would have been their one, like, we can bring one actor or a couple actors over that you really liked.
Bro, you're right.
And those would have been the starting points, and then we would have gotten new X-Men. Like, yeah, maybe Wolverine doesn't exist or maybe Wolverine has existed, and he's just one that's in hiding. Like maybe it's revealed that there are people that have activated X genes, but they're the ones that have like the super long life, like he has the healing factor.
Yeah.
So maybe he's been around for a long time, but he's been able to hide because there's so few of those that have like a regeneration factor. So people like Sabretooth and Wolverine could still possibly.
And Magneto, where he was like in the Holocaust, and he got powers, or he got like he realized he had his powers in the Holocaust.
And they could even go back and explain that like Hydra from World War II was also experimenting like on
because
that they
to
be possibly mutants.
I had an idea similar. I was like, okay, well, Professor Xavier got his mind powers when he was 9 years old in the comics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if the mutants is gonna be a soft reboot, would it be from when Xavier was 9 years old, or would it be from would Xavier be 9 years old in the 616? Or are they gonna do something where Xavier they change his background where Xavier didn't get his powers until he's like 30, or they change it where the mutants have been here the whole time. They've just been in hiding. They've been in secret. They've been ashamed or whatever. But see, like there's a lot of things that if that is a thing, it kind of wouldn't back up, because if the mutants were in hiding this whole time, dude, you think they would have helped with Thanos? You think they would have? Some would have came out.
Some of them would have come out
to help after the snap. Exactly, 100%. Some of them would have came out. Yeah, you could say
especially if he's around.
Yeah, you could say half of them were snapped away. Let's say Professor X and Magneto were snapped away, but there's still half of them theoretically that are around. So it's like.
See, this is where I would have loved to get a handful of the X-Men from the Fox universe that were good, that people enjoyed and liked. Like maybe we can bring over Michael Fassbender's Magneto. We can bring over James McAvoy's Professor X, and Evan Peters' Quicksilver. Maybe if we just start off with just those three, and it could be that maybe in Earth 616 there is no Professor X or Magneto, and that because they don't exist, the fact that there are mutants out there is not known. Because Charles Xavier is not there to sense them and see them. So if they were to bring them across from the multiverse, then Professor X would be like, there are so many mutants here, and they all seem to be in hiding.
He immediately comes in. He's like, whoa! Hey! Whoa. My man! There's so many mutants! What's going on? You're a mutant! You're a mutant! You're a mutant!
But we'll see, because it's going to be interesting how they try it.
I saw a very interesting theory where they said, what if the mutants have been here the whole time, but Xavier used his powers to find a majority of them, get them to the school, right? And this whole time, Xavier has been using his powers to have people not see the school.
Yeah, I can see like a Wakanda type thing.
Yeah, like a Wakanda type thing, or like, Professor X could wipe memories, or he's just like keeping them in hiding the entire time. Maybe like he feels like the world isn't accepting of mutants or whatever. So he's just been keeping them in hiding. It is kind of goes away for what Charles Xavier's character is. Because he's more like accepting between humans and mutants. But I digress.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm curious because I feel like we'll start to see mutants spill out before the mutant movie. And I think it'll be the key players. Maybe like we'll get Hank McCoy or something. Like we'll get Beast.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. I love Beast.
Before he his X gene activates and he becomes the Beast or whatever. And like Professor X, I feel has got to be teased at before the Mutants movie. And I feel like the Mutants movie could be like him getting that first class of students. Like maybe a Cyclops, and like. We won't see Wolverine necessarily right away, and like we won't see the ones that come later.
Yeah,
but we'll see like the first base class. So,
hey man,
I feel like we're not getting Wolverine right away. I feel like it's gonna be a while.
Oh no, yeah, Wolverine is probably gonna be like the second movie, dude. Second or third movie for sure. That's nuts, man. It's a cool it's an exciting future. It's an exciting future that we're in right now. You know what I mean? we're in a good time. Like, yeah, the WandaVision finale, feel how you feel about it. But I mean, it was a fun 8 fucking weeks. It caused conversation. It caused fucking speculation. And then now we're going into Falcon and the Winter Soldier with, we're going to keep our expectations a little lower, but that's still, like, exciting. It's still something to watch. It's still something to talk about. Then it's going to go into Loki. I mean, everything is still connected. It's still exciting, just because everything's happened right now, it doesn't mean that we should, like, look at the future of Marvel with doom and gloom now, because, it's still, everything that they've tied together, or that they're still planning up, is still fucking exciting, you know what I mean? Like, Kang the Conqueror and Ant-Man 3. Ant-Man 3 is gonna be nuts, dude. It's Quantumania. Like, they're gonna do some crazy shit with the Quantumverse. Doctor Strange, it's still the Multiverse of Madness, so they're still going to do some crazy shit with the multiverse, and that's confirmed because it's in the title. So it's like, right, we're going to get some crazy shit. Like, either way, it's going to happen. Maybe Spider-Man 3 won't be as crazy as everyone thought, but that's still okay, I guess. Maybe for, like, right now, we start lowering our expectations about Spider-Man just a little bit, Maybe don't get too crazy excited about Spider-Man. Still be excited because, Spider-Man's one of my favorite superheroes. So I'm always going to be excited about Spider-Man movies no matter what. But, it's like, maybe don't expect this movie to be the fucking, like a 4-hour multiverse jumping, every character returning from the previous movies, Because even if Toby and Andrew just come back, they're going to be in the movie for like 5 minutes, dude. They're going to be in the movie for less than 5 minutes. There's no fucking way. Maybe for, like, one action scene and, like, a dialogue scene. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way, especially now with how they treated with, like, WandaVision and everything. I don't think it's going to be, like, that crazy. Because they still have to tell the overarching plot of Peter running from all of this, right? They have to explain that. They have to explain, the legal implications, the social implications. They have to explain what Doctor Strange is involved, and with all of that, he's still going to get hunted by a main villain of the 616. Because whoever the villain's going to be, he's going to be of the 616. He's not going to be a multiverse villain, I feel. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be, I'm the villain of the 616. If it's going to be just Electro, if it's going to be rumored Kraven, it's going to be... It's gonna be from the 616. So I mean, realistically, with all of that, we're only gonna get like 5 minutes of Toby, 5 minutes of Andrew, 5 minutes of Doctor Strange.
All right, I'll be the bad guy.
Be the bad guy. Be Billie Eilish.
If Toby and Andrew are in it, they're gonna be in a good chunk of the movie.
Oh really? You're the hype man. You're gonna be the hype man.
I'm the hype guy. I'm the one that you shouldn't listen to.
All right, I'll be the practical one. Everyone, don't listen to Gabe.
But like, it seems weird to me. Like, I can see Doctor Strange not being in it for very long because we have more of him coming. But if you're bringing back Toby and Andrew, man, this is their last hurrah most likely. So I feel like you'd want to have at least a good amount of screen time.
Unless it isn't their last hurrah.
True. Bro. But I feel like maybe Andrew it wouldn't be, but I think for Toby it would definitely be his last.
Toby, I can see it. But I mean, I can see them. I can see Sony trying to sign them for their own Spider-Man movies, so they don't have to worry about Tom. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like Andrew Garfield would do it. I think he would do it. I 100% think he would do it.
I think he'd go back to the role.
He would go back. He loved the role. He was sad when Spider-Man 3, his Spider-Man 3 didn't happen. He was heartbroken.
So, again, maybe Toby would get more screen time than Andrew in Spider-Man 3 if they're in it. But I think if they're in it, Toby's at least going to get a good amount of time to shine with Tom Holland. Because I feel they'd want to build up that relationship of them two together.
Fair.
And then Andrew would be like the cool uncle,
Speaking of Spooderman, and the Sonyverse, apparently they already have casting and everything and a showrunner for the Silk show.
Really?
Doing a show about Silk, live action. They have a showrunner. They have they're looking at the casting right now. But apparently that's going to be one of the first live-action shows. I don't know if I think it's a TV show. It's a live-action TV show. one of the live action Spider-Man. Yeah, Silk has been confirmed for a while actually. We just never had a showrunner, or we've never had or anything like that. We've known that Sony's been trying to do like a Spider-Man TV verse as well, with like the smaller known character. They want to do like a Silk and stuff like that. But yeah, there is. They have apparently confirmed the showrunner for Silk. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I don't know a lot about the Silk character myself. I don't know what she looks like because I've seen her in like comic stills, and it's pretty cool. She's a pretty sick chick.
She's like a ninja version.
Yeah, hell yeah. That'd be really cool to see. I mean, it's exciting. The idea of a Spider-Verse shows. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Spider-Man live action. Spider-Man confirmed live action. Bringing back Saputo Man. Bring back Saputo Man.
I'm down.
I'm 100% down, dude.
We got an official supposed release date for Venom.
Oh shit! What was that?
It's supposed to be June 25th, I think, or something. I saw something like that. June or
2022 or 2021?
I think 2021.
Theaters
like,
or
dang, where's the trailer?
Theaters or VOD?
I think they've said theaters. Let me see. Venom.
I ain't going to no theater for Venom.
It says 2021.
Hey, I ain't going to no theater for Venom right now, brother. Not till I get my vaccine.
June 25th, 2021 is the most recent release date for it. I'm making a big deal because it's coming out the same day as Fast 9, which is another movie no one asked for.
Fast 9's already coming out?
Apparently.
I thought that movie was still like being written. What the hell? What?
Yeah.
So as far as I know, Silk is like Gwen Stacy Spider-Girl, but in the same universe as Peter Parker Spider-Man. Oh, that's cool. She's even his love interest at some point in the comics. Ooh, spicy. But I mean, it's probably, bro. I feel like all the I think everything involving the Sony Spider-Man TV stuff, I guarantee it's gonna be in the Venomverse.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's Venom, Morbius, this Silk show, all of that's gonna be in the Venomverse probably, so they can all cross over. I mean, who knows if your theory about Tom ending? Hey, it could happen, bro. You know, Tom just end up in the Sonyverse, and then they don't have to deal with him for a little bit, and they work on their own, and Marvel works on their own movies.
Yeah.
And then Tom could guest star in other movies for a little bit. You know what I mean? It could work, especially
considering that they haven't reached a deal yet on advancing his movies yet.
Well, Tom said that he, from what he understands, the deal between character rights have been settled. That there's not going to be a situation like last year where everyone was freaking out that we're going to lose Spider-Man. Like that won't happen again.
Signed him to
they just haven't signed him to a movie, any movies right now. Like as of right now, they haven't signed him to any movies.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably like contracted, signed to movies. You know what I mean? But like to actual film, he's not signed. He's not like doing any right now. So
we'll see.
Let's see. What is else? Okay, we got two little tiny tidbits of news left. I mean, well, we can just talk about Space Jam 2 for a second. You think that's gonna be good?
Space Jam 2. Oh, there's a lot of people upset about Lola Bunny being.
I know. So many people are like, "Hey, bruh, why the fuck she ain't got no titties?" It's like, dog.
She's so pressed about it. It's a cartoon show.
Dog, she's a fucking cartoon bunny, bro. Why do you care about her tits, dog? It's like, dude, do you need to talk about
Mark?
No, Mark. Because she's fucking hot. Oh man. Hey bro, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see a girl like dressed up as her at Halloween, they just got the jersey on and they're wearing the ears, I'm like, yeah, those girls, that's a cute Halloween outfit. That's cute for sure. Oh
It's just
man,
funny. People are like, it's a bad movie because they nerfed her. It's like, damn, chill.
they nerfed
I mean,
her. Wait, wait. To go her tits, so they nerfed her.
At least give her a dump truck. Yeah, they did nerf that too.
Dude, yeah, I know. They nerfed everything. She's gonna suck at basketball now.
Bro.
That's where all her skill came from. Her dump truck ass and her tits.
How's she gonna box out people?
Yeah, dude. That's where all her stats came from, bro. Dude, yeah, buff Lola. She's like Abby from Last of Us 2 now.
Just shredded, just.
Dude, yeah, they should
More
have.
beat out than LeBron.
They should have made her like Abby from Last of Us 2. Just like fucking butch. So just like, That would have been awesome. How will she step on me? Nice. I mean, yeah, the animation. Okay, so from what I gather, though, the whole plot of the movie is fucking ridiculous. Hold up, let me see if I can find the tweet. Did you hear what the did you hear what the plot is?
No, I haven't. I mean, besides it's just another.
Oh,
I mean, is
bro.
there really much of a plot to Space Jam?
No, this plot's fucking stupid. It's it is so fucking stupid. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Can I find this? Can I find
Yeah,
this?
LeBron's in this one. That's the only. Besides, like knowing that LeBron's in it, and like,
I'm pretty sure LeBron's just trying to be better than Michael Jordan at this point.
yeah, this is partly why I'm like torn on it because I feel like they should have done the sequel earlier. You know, when Kobe was in his prime, but.
Okay, here it is. In Space Jam, A New Legacy, LeBron and his son get trapped in a Warner Bros. Multiverse while Don Cheadle's Al G. Rhythm character tries to steal LeBron's Instagram followers.
Oh no.
Some of the cameos include characters from The Matrix, Mad Max, DC, and the It franchise.
You're telling me that they're doing multiverse before Marvel?
Yes,
That's insane.
dude. If Joaquin Phoenix Joker comes out and tells LeBron, "We live in a society," you get what you fucking deserve, LeBron.
Bro, if he comes out doing the dance and everything.
Hey, LeBron. Knock, knock, LeBron. What do you get when you get a socially outcasted loner in an animated movie with basketball? You get what you fucking deserve. And he's on the 3-pointer.
Nails a 3-point shot.
Nails a 3-pointer. Pennywise is doing the fucking, like, in the background.
He's on the bench. He's doing it.
I want Joaquin Phoenix's Joker crossing up LeBron.
But I want to see Joaquin Phoenix Joker dunking and then like doing like the nuts in his face, like. Bringing back Ben Affleck's Batman.
Oh man, dude! The Mad Max car just fucking runs someone over. It's the guy with the guitar, the fucking flaming guy. The guy spraying his like fucking. It's gonna be a lovely day.
Like, bro, he's doing crack before he gets on the court. You get what you fucking deserve, Bugs Bunny.
No, it's Elmer Fudd. It's Elmer Fudd.
Oh my goodness. Oh no.
Oh man.
All this over some Instagram followers, huh?
Don Cheadle. That's the stupidest thing, dude. Okay, it's Space Jam 1. Space Jam 1, the idea of that was they were trapped in this dimension and they were trying to get out, right? That some evil Looney Tunes or whatever stole the powers of basketball legends. And they have to get out, and they have to win for this shit or whatever. This one is just Don Cheadle's trying to steal his Instagram followers.
That's and that's gonna open the multiverse.
Bro,
And they wonder why we're
wait.
WandaVision.
Is Sonic Warner Brothers?
No.
Damn it! I would have loved if Sonic came out, dude.
Do you know how upsetting it's gonna be if this movie comes out and it introduces the multiverse before Marvel got it? Marvel had the golden opportunity to introduce it.
Dude, this movie is gonna.
And Looney Tunes does it before
This
them.
movie is doing it before them, bro. It's coming. This movie is coming out before, bro.
I will roast Marvel if they let Looney Tunes introduce the multiverse before they do. I'll be like,
they already are, dog.
Jam. Oh, they're just copying Space Jam too. What a bunch of
bro, from here on out, if you just start saying, man, Marvel's copying Space Jam 2. Oh no!
I hope at the end of the movie they tease LeBron putting on the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's like, "I'll do it myself."
No, he's putting on all his rings.
He's putting on all his rings.
All his rings.
I'll do it myself.
Oh no, dude! A more offensive crime would be if Don Cheadle tried to steal the rights to Taco Tuesday.
Oh my gosh! Just to slap LeBron in the face.
Oh my god!
Remember that?
No. Give me some background deeds.
LeBron tried to like trademark Taco Tuesday for his own like company or whatever.
Bro, Dorian would be pissed, bro. one of my favorite things are this guy Dorian that we worked with. What the favorite thing he ever said to me? He goes, "Yee, hope you're hungry, Taco Tuesday," and then he walked away. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Man, that would have been.
Guy.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, what's next? Snyder Cut. It's coming out, bro.
Snyder Cut.
2 weeks.
Coming out in 2 weeks.
Bro, that's gonna be fucking nuts.
Did you see that trailer that Aaron posted?
The 6-part trailer or the Batman trailer?
I don't know. There was one that had the Joker in it, and it was his laugh from Suicide Squad.
That's the Batman one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh no. That was one thing I was hoping he'd fix.
But they have the Martian Manhunter. His line. Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I've been on standby watching my world. Like, that was definitely fucking him. That's the Martian Manhunter shit. That's gonna be so fucking sick.
I just hope Superman's like, you've been around this whole time and you didn't do shit. What
Dude, I hope everyone is like that, dog. I hope everyone's
shit.
like, what the fuck, bro? Dude, if Superman's like, hey, bro, I died because of Doomsday, dog. Like,
where were you at, bro?
Where were you at, bro? I fucking died, man. You were at my funeral.
We're over here shitting on Wonder Woman, but you're worse.
You were there.
You were sitting in the military conference room just watching it all go down.
And then he's like, yeah, I know, I was at your funeral. You were at my funeral?
I was like, damn, sucks.
You could have saved me and you went to my funeral instead, you son of a bitch.
Bring back him saying from Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, better him than me.
Oh man. Big thing though, it's in 6 parts. What's up with that? I didn't get that. Is it just 6 different smaller story arcs within a
Yeah, how's that gonna work? Like, what's gonna be the differentiating factor? Are they gonna be like at a certain minute mark, like a story arc will end and they'll be like part 2? That's gonna be kind of jarring in my opinion if they like fade to black and then it cuts somewhere else. If it doesn't just feel like a one continuous movie, I don't know. It's gonna be weird.
Oh, we got some chats going on. All right. What am I drinking? Terramia coffee, not sponsored. The horchata latte. Fucking inner Mexican, brother. How did Superman die? So, in Batman vs Superman, Doomsday was like, rah, and then Superman was like, oh no, this kryptonite spear, it's fucking strong, but I gotta go and stab that guy, or else everyone's gonna die. And then he goes, I love you, Lois. And she was like, no, don't do it. And then he goes, ah, and then he goes, ah, and then he stabs, and then Doomsday goes, ah, and then Superman goes, ah, and then Doomsday goes in more. Oh no. Superman, in order to go in more, instead of like getting the staff and just going down the pole, he grabbed the arm and went in more, which is the biggest.
I remember Wonder Woman cut off his hand, or Doomsday's hand.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll be back.
A spike comes out instead of his hand, and then he stabs Superman as Superman stabbing him, and then he pushes Superman onto his like spike more.
Yeah, no, but that's so dumb. Like what I'm pointing out is that like it's a staff, right? He's holding onto it by the middle of the staff. Superman could have just been like, shove in, right? It would have gone in like 3 more inches, killing him. Instead, Superman goes, I'm gonna grab him, and I'm gonna push myself in more, widening my hole.
Kind of a little sexual, if you ask me.
Yeah, widening my hole a little sexually, and then just to stab a little more. I mean, either way, he was like, fucking done, right? He got stabbed to the fucking chest,
yeah.
But yeah.
Then he's resurrected because they put him in the Superman juice.
Juice, and then the Flash went like this, and then Cyborg went like this. And then
box to resurrect him?
Yeah, the Wonder Box went like this, and then like the picture of his dad went like this, and then the Flash went like that, and then they all touched at the same time, and then boom, Super CGI was born. CGI was born, and he beat up everybody, and he was a bad guy. That's like me explaining superhero movies without like details. You know what I mean? Like, Doomsday went Superman went then like he stabbed, and then he went again.
It's like how a hater describes any like movie they don't like. They, simplify it to like the
bare minimum.
Every time I see like original trilogy purists trying to shit on the prequels, they'll be like, oh, this happened, and like it was dumb because no explanation, and then they did this, and it's like, no, they definitely explained a lot of that. You just are leaving all the information out on
bro.
Purpose.
Then he just like killed kids for like no reason, bro. Then like he killed kids, and then he was evil, and then like he had long hair.
And then Palpatine told him his girlfriend was gonna die, so like he got mad and turned to the dark side. It's like that's not what happened.
And then he had the high ground, which made no sense because like they could jump really high anyway. So it's like then lava, and then he's Darth Vader now. So superhero movies are erotic without details. They are, dude. It's just a bunch of skin. It's just a bunch of hot people in skin tight suits. Have you noticed?
Especially the Vision versus Vision scene where he touches his forehead.
Oh yeah, there was no consent, brother. Oh, there was consent.
There was consent.
There was consent. Hey, Vision asked for consent. Vision's a gentleman, bro. He's a gentleman that asked for consent.
He's a gentleman.
That's what we need.
Oh, I mean, if you're a walking internet, you would be able to see all the Twitter riots. So it probably.
Oh wait, no, I don't like how you said that, Anthony. Because now you got fucking Andy. Because now you got me thinking. Technically, Vision was just touching himself.
True, he did touch himself.
Vision was just touching himself the entire time. Vision was beating his robot meat the entire time.
He puts the memories in White Vision or Spectral Vision. So you're saying that he saw that him and Scarlet Witch got down for sure, and he still took off?
He was like, wait.
You think he'd be like,
you're like, hey, wait, brother.
Night?
I'm like, wait, we actually did it? Oh, how'd that happen? He's like, hey, hold on. he says, what was the first word he said after he was like, well, technically, I'm theoretically Vision. And then he says, what's the first thing he says? He says, it needs elaboration or something.
He's like, I need elaboration or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna show them him and Wanda making the kids, and he'd be like, I need elaboration. I need more elaboration, please.
Oh, yeah, he says, I request elaboration.
I request more elaboration, please.
Although like it's flashing all his memories. Like there's like a brief scene of him like and Wanda getting it on, and he like pauses like wait.
Wait, can we rewind? Can we rewind, please? Yeah, that's the erotic word, elaboration. Vision's able to take elaboration and make it exotic or erotic.
Yeah. I mean, they joked about that a lot too. I mean, even in Age of Ultron, where Tony Stark says to Black Widow, she's like, "Are you playing hide the zucchini?" And he's referring to
Hulk,
to her looking for Hulk. Yeah. Damn.
Yes, I mean, well, Vision doesn't have a. Well, we know. I mean, can he make one?
I don't know how Ultron designed.
Well, because he could turn into he could turn into human, right? Like he could change his form to human as a disguise.
Mm.
Can he give himself?
He's essentially a magic wand. I mean,
can he give himself his own magic wand? You know what I mean? Like,
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. WandaVision episode 2.
A lot of interesting questions that the relationship brings up. They're like, wait a minute, he's a robot. How can any real man compete with that?
Bro, yeah, he's essentially a walking, talking, fucking advanced dildo, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a dildo with AI.
Crazy to think about. I mean,
I can't believe I just said that. He's a dildo with AI. No, I need to go to church, bro. What the fuck? I didn't say that. Oh shit. Well, hey man, shit's funny. Let's end off with the last little itty bit of news we have before we hop out of here. It's Star Wars related, so let me just take off a little spoiler alert. We're fucking out of the Marvel sphere. We're back to Star Wars. One tiny little news. It's very interesting. According to Charles Murphy of the Murphyverse, one of very big predominant leaker in the leaker sphere, has said, rumor reports, Obi-Wan Kenobi will be making a surprise appearance in Andor.
Huh. I guess we'll see, because I don't know even how to like theorize how that could happen. Because we don't know when Andor exactly. I mean, Andor seems to be taking place relatively not too far after Episode 3, because they have the Episode 3 start.
I mean, but look. So Episode 3, and then how many years? It's like what, 20 years between Episode 3 and Episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
So Rogue One is like a fucking day before Episode 4, and Andor is already like what, his 30s, 40s at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So we do know it's the same actor. So realistically, they could probably only pull off him playing him in his 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they could probably pull him off in his 20s. So it's gonna be maybe 10 years in between. It could be 10 years in between the middle of 3 and 4. It's completely possible. I'm pretty sure Obi-Wan is actually about 10 years after Episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about the same time if they want to go bare minimum, right? If they want to go bare minimum for the Andor story, it's about 10 years after 3. That would make sense, of course. They could do right after 3 closer, but it would just, from counting up with his age and everything, it wouldn't make any sense. But they also could bring older Obi-Wan into Andor, like if it's closer to Rogue One. You know what I mean? like if the story's closer to Rogue One and Obi-Wan is like old man Obi, it'd be cool if they brought back Ewan as old man Obi in Andor, and he's like older but not super old Obi in his show. You know what I mean? That's the only way I can see it.
Some more, I don't think we're gonna see Andor interact with Obi-Wan at all. I think it'll be he might show up in the show
like a hologram or something,
like a hologram talking to Senator or Bail Organa, you know, like still having that contact with him. And like it could be like a brief scene where like he's discussing with Obi-Wan, and then like the transmission cuts, and then like Andor walks in to talk to Bail Organa about like some secret mission he's gonna send him on or whatever. I can see that.
I can see that too. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like a big thing. I think if anything, it could be like on the same level of like a Luke Skywalker cameo for Mando season 2. But like, you know,
he just comes in through a ship, starts taking down stormtroopers like crazy.
He's like, I'm here to take you, Andor. You're like, what? What are you talking about? You are my child.
What if Andor actually ends up being a long lost relative of Obi-Wan?
Bro, that'd be sick.
Okay, here's the thing. If you tie in Mephisto to Obi-Wan and Andor,
No! Stop it! Bro, you're like Paul Bentley out here. You're digging your own grave, dog. Dude, I remember last episode, you were all like, I'm gonna die on this. You're like, I'm gonna die on this hill. Last episode, you literally said you were gonna die on the hill. Dude, you died. You died on the hill, brother.
I'm like, I still have like, you know, like a couple breaths left in me, and I'm just like, I refuse to go.
You brought your inhaler. You're just like, were you wearing your Doctor Strange shirt too as well last week?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, we were so wrong.
We were.
Oh man.
We were so confident.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think everyone was confident though that Doctor Strange was coming.
I don't
think that was like just a theorist thing. I think everyone thought.
I think everyone's genuinely surprised and a little bit disappointed that Doctor Strange wasn't in it. I think everyone is like genuinely a little bit surprised he's not, just because of everything that was like, you know, oh, he's gonna Wanda and Strange will be doing their movie together. Oh, Benedict was in the fucking press release for the show, like, you know, shit like that. Like, yeah, it's interesting. Faux show. Fucking cold peas. Star Wars, Marvel, and Warner Brothers Multiverse. When? That's Space Jam 3. Don't worry about it. It's coming out.
That's Pan Oswalt's version of Episode 7.
Oh no.
Have you seen that?
No.
The filibuster.
We're gonna watch this.
I'll link it to you on YouTube. It's just him giving his proposal for Episode 7.
That reminds me of the scene of Patton Oswalt in you ever watch I know some of you guys don't like it, Parks and Recs.
Yeah, I think that's where it's from.
Yeah, dude. Or it's him at the town hall, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I thought you were talking about something else.
There's like an extended version, like, because they show him, he's like, this is my filibuster for Star Wars Episode 7, and then he's like cut in, and then I want to say in the actual airing of the show it cuts off.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because I saw it on the show, and I love that scene, dude. That scene's so funny.
They have the full thing where he's going on and he's like talking about like Optimus Prime showing up.
Oh, you gotta send that to me, dude.
Like, the Marvel universe, and he's like, none of these C-list heroes like Black Widow and Hawkeye. I want Moon Knight in here, and he's like going on and talking about it. I'm like, yes,
bro.
Yeah,
that's us, dude. That's Future Fandation right there. Hey, next intro, I'm gonna clip that at the end. On Monday's show, I'm gonna clip that video at the end. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end the show, guys. I think that was we've absolutely flushed out how we felt. We spent an hour bagging on the show, then we spent 10 minutes talking about the positives. Then we spent 45 minutes talking about how bad it is again.
Promise us, it's good.
Yeah, no, we
I
like
mean,
it.
it really is a good show. If
Yeah,
you really
yeah.
think about it. It's just there are very frustrating things about the show.
Yeah, it was. It's definitely like it's definitely, as I said earlier, it's a testament to show how much we care for the show. You know what I mean?
How
It's
invested it got us in it.
how invested we got. It was, dude. It was 8 weeks of just fucking fun theory speculating. Fucking, I'm glad they released it week by week. Yeah,
Yeah.
it led to the theories and speculation and caused this bigger drama that it was disappointing. But dude, imagine if the show was released like Netflix all at once, dude. There would have been no theories. There would have been no speculation. There would have been no talking about it. We would have saw that.
And then given their opinion on Twitter after they finished binging it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of fun in the long run just to see all of this go down. It was a fun experience. We gave the show a 7 out of 10. We gave the series a 7 out of 10. That's not a bad grade. It's good. It's just I feel like the show could have ended with a bigger like plot. You know what I mean? Like. But it was still good. It was still good. Satisfied. And then it's great that we don't have to wait that long until the next Marvel project. Because
we're getting it
2 weeks.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. And then next week we get the making of. Maybe we can watch the making of next week and we'll have a little more background.
Yeah.
And it'll make more sense. But I mean, until then, we will talk about that faux show. Of course, we had the 5-minute hype for the best movie, Space Jam 2. That movie's gonna be fucking sick. the introduction of the multiverse. And hey, bro, what if they use Space Jam 2 to explain the Snyder Cut and Robert Pattinson's universe?
I want LeBron James for Spider-Man 3 at this point.
Dude. Well, okay, I mean, last time I'm going to say this. LeBron James is Mephisto.
LeBron James is Mephisto.
LeBron James
on the hill.
is Mephisto. We're dying on the hill. I'll die on that hill with you, dude. They're really gonna. I mean,
bro, that's a tough Miles Morales. He's gonna be
he's like the oldest Miles Morales I've ever. He's like a huge ass Miles Morales. Bro, more like LeBron James for his uncle, right?
Miles Davis.
Yeah.
Right.
The Prowler.
Oh, Aaron Davis.
Yeah, the Prowler. Yeah, Aaron Davis.
Yeah, but I want Childish Gambino back.
I do want Childish Gambino back. I do love him. Childish Gambino, hey. Okay.
LeBron James for his dad. For Miles Morales' dad.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
And Salma Hayek as his mom.
As the mom.
For no reason. Or Jennifer Lopez as the mom, even though she is the Eternals.
Salma Hayek's in the Eternals, actually. It's not.
Oh, she is too. I forgot. Yeah. Oh my god.
Salma Hayek is. I don't think is J-Lo in it.
Isn't she?
As
Angelina Jolie. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, bring in J-Lo. J-Lo will be the mom.
J-Lo for the mom.
J-Lo for the mom. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. We are gonna head out of here. We will talk to you guys later. We have a video up finally on the YouTube Fandation channel. Now we have our VODs from that we do here, but we do have a little 3-minute video that I did last night. It is about the finale of WandaVision. Check it out. It's definitely an interesting theory. It's about 3 minutes. It talks about if Evan Peters really is the Pietro or the Ralph Boner of the 616. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I stayed up till like 6 in the morning working on it. I got like no sleep. But I got a fucking shit ton of coffee this morning. So we're gonna go. We're fucking sipping. And it's good. It's a fun video. It's a fun time. Definitely recommend checking it out. You can follow me on Twitter over at Fernie and Gabe. Or you can check out my gaming channel at the Scheme Team. Get us to 65 subs so my friend can shave his eyebrows. Just kidding. That's a meme. You can also follow Future Fandation on YouTube at the Future Fandation or Future Fandation, and us on Twitter at F Foundation. Where can they find you at, Gabe? What you got going on, brother?
Twitter and Instagram at Foster Store. I'm also on Twitch as well, Foster Store. if we're not doing anything tonight on the ice party, if there's not a thing tonight, I'll probably be playing the game that I was playing earlier this week, Dark Pictures Anthology,
The Salem one.
The Salem one. So I'll finish that up tonight probably.
Before we get out of here, shout out to our viewers. We had Cold P, we had Mark in here for a little bit, Little Plant Dad. Always fun to see you guys. Super great. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Oh god, you're totally right, dude. Cold P, the fact that we have to say boner unironically now for Marvel. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fun?
Oh my gosh.
Alright guys, that's gonna be it for us, and we will talk to you guys later, and peace.
Peace.